Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to swap faces in a photo. I've got two photos here open in Photoshop that I am a bigger fan of the baby's face in this picture and a bigger fan of the parents' faces in this picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the face of the baby in this picture with the face of the baby in this picture. So I've got both photos open right now. However, what I'm going to do is actually close out of one, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer, just a blank layer like this. And then on this blank layer, I'm going to paste the first picture. So you'll see right here I have the background picture, which if I turn off, place that layer. If I turn off the second layer, I've got the background picture, and then I have this layer over it. I dropped down the opacity so that I can see the background through this layer, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is use Control T to transform the image and just kind of move it around until some of the background components add up. So that looks good. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just right click on the new layer and do raster, or I don't know how to say that word, but basically make it so I can edit it. I go ahead and select the eraser tool. At first I'm going to start fairly big and definitely on 100% because I'm just going to erase like the major background parts here like this. So you'll see I'm erasing all of mom and dad, the coat, you know, all the stuff that's going to be really super hard to line up because I just don't want to mess with it. Just like that. Then I'm going to bump up the opacity and drop down the size of my brush. And then I'm going to actually zoom in here. And drop down the brush size a little bit more. And then I'm just going to get in here really close. Now you can see right here that I've got some of it kind of shining through. So I'm going to go ahead and just back up down a little bit more. And I'm just going to kind of fit in here. Back up a little bit. Whenever I see it start shining through, I just kind of back up unless it's something that will work. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll like actually, like you'll see right here, it kind of it doesn't look bad. Here I'll kind of go in closer till I can see where it meshes. I can also drop down the opacity a little bit more and see how it lines up. So you'll see like right through here, if I actually just go like this, I can get the top of the jacket that he was wearing, and it actually makes more sense than trying to go in closer. So I just kind of do that, move this around a little bit, and actually I'm gonna back up here. Back it up a little bit. So although I like the hat, I have to be careful here because if I edit this, then it's going to start going into his face. So what I'm going to do is just come in really close here, and then once I'm done, and sometimes it takes me a second, sometimes I have to go through it a couple of times, you know, to figure out what it is that I like. Once I'm all done with this part, what I'm going to do is go back through with the cloning brush, and anywhere that it doesn't make sense or line up right, I'm just going to clone that stuff out. So ultimately I'll have bits and pieces of both, so it lines up really well. I'm going to actually zoom out here. You can see I'm doing better. Now this isn't the best photo that I've taken. You can see that the baby's not 100% out of focus, but this is the first family pictures that this family's done. So I'm more concerned with just getting one of the pictures perfect, you know, edited perfect. So let's see, I'm gonna actually make this here. And I'm gonna make this look like the best I can, because see, if you start editing too much, erasing too much, then it doesn't really make sense. Like, that doesn't make sense. So I'm just gonna back it up here and see if I can. So see, in this situation, like I said, I do usually back it up quite a bit, but here I can go ahead and just erase where the baby's hand is. Get that little cuff. Just like that. And get his sleeve up here. So see, that makes more sense to me. And then on this side, I'm going to actually use the cloning tool and clone that out a little bit. Because, yeah, I just don't like how that's shaping up. Okay, so I've got it at 100% opacity. Let me fit on screen here. And you can see that for the most part, it's pretty well meshed. What I'm going to do now is just right click over here and do merge visible. Now I've got one layer. And then I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate this layer. Then I'm going to go in here and use my clone tool. And I'm going to zoom in. And then I do use 100% opacity, but I'm going to drop down the size of that brush. Select an area and then just kind of come in here and fix it up a little bit. I don't really have any rhyme or reason to how I do this. I just make sure that it doesn't look fake. So I hate photos personally that look photoshopped, so always make sure it looks natural. Here, bring that straight down. And then I just kind of like make it neat. Sometimes it gets a little tricky, and I'm still perfecting my photoshopping skills, so. And then through here, I'm just going to kind of clean it up a little bit. Dropping down the size of your brush helps if you're not getting as tight. And then I can come in here and I can kind of do some action as far as like cloning this up a little bit. Like I said, I'm not like a perfectionist when it comes to cloning, as long as it looks less distracting and it lines up pretty well. That looks better to me. And then through here, I'm gonna just kind of, again, this baby was, unfortunately, I didn't get the best picture of a clear shot of the baby. It was maybe 40 degrees outside. I was trying to hurry so that we could get this baby inside, especially because he's been sick lately. So, like I said, unfortunately the pictures didn't come out quite as good as I would have liked, but I know the family's gonna love them because, you know, they're the first photos of them as a family. So, and this is not necessarily the best out of the sessions. So. Alright, and I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. I go over here and that looks all pretty good. So now I'm just going to go back to the fit on screen and see what it's looking like, and you can see that it looks pretty good. I might go in here with the blur tool. Woo, not that way too big. And just kind of blur this out a little bit. To me it makes it look less touched up. It's a little too much. Alright, let me knock down that strength a little bit. Alright, so you can see that it looks a lot better. I'm definitely not done with this picture. There's some things that I would change. For example, you know, the baby himself, but I definitely make sure I merge it. And then I would go through and just do the rest of my editing. But that's a head swap. It definitely looks a lot better now that we have the parents looking good, the baby's head is looking much better, and that is how I do it. Thanks for watching.